Hello. Welcome to the Creative Differences Podcast. I'm Dallas.
I'm Colin.
I'm Gabby.
Her alive voice is so perfect.
Hey.
You guys can't see Gabby right now, but she is 89% asleep.
That's generous.
Which way generous? Like, it should be higher? That's fair.
No. Who knows?
Her eyes aren't even open. Oh. Zombieland. We're talking about Zombieland. Happy Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, this is a Throwback Thursday because of the second
Zombieland
movie.
Double tap.
Yes. Coming theaters soon. You too. Next week. Yep.
Yep. Sure.
All right.
So,
Colin,
yes,
you recently watched Zombieland
I did.
and are not going to call me out for any
And you
particular-
didn't, and you were supposed to.
I watched
We
it
were all
recently
supposed to, and you
enough.
didn't.
I
You
wasn't
had
either.
time. Yeah, but Gabby, you're like falling
Dead.
asleep. You also have to work more than we do. It's a whole thing. I'm willing to excuse you because you're perfect and you've never done anything wrong in your life. Dallas, on the other hand,
Colin, you a hoe.
And thank you.
I don't
watched
see
the
what my
movie
sex life has to do with this conversation at all.
recently enough.
Yeah, like months ago.
I
Oh my
remember
God.
it.
Oh my God.
Calm down.
You're
It
the
was
worst.
like 3 weeks ago. That's
Sure.
close enough.
Why not? Anyway,
Anyway.
you had seen this movie before, right?
Yes.
When
So it's
did
not
you
your first
see
time watching it. It's not any of our first time watching it. What
No.
is it, Gabby?
When did you first see it? That's one of the questions, right?
Do you remember your first time watching it? Yes. And no, I don't. Because I don't remember anything. I
It was-
can't remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday. So, you know.
That's fair. Gabby, what about you? You remember your first time watching this movie?
No.
Goodness gracious.
It was like 10 years ago when it came out.
It did come out 10 years ago, yes.
So, no.
I think I remember my first time watching this. I did not see it in theaters. I think I saw it on the TV. Someone I don't talk to anymore. Story, Colin, what do you think of the story?
It's
It's a story.
fine, I guess. It kind of reminds me why I don't really like zombie stories that much.
Interesting.
Because, like, the problem with zombie stories is unless you're doing something like, say, The Last of Us, where there is hope for a cure, ultimately I don't really care what happens to people in zombie stories because they're all going to die and become zombies anyway. Like, it's just everything they're doing is against a ticking clock. And so it's like, this movie might be fun, but it's like, but at the end of the day, you're going to get overrun eventually. You're going to get zombified. So, like, this
So
is fun
what's
as a
the
moment
point?
in time, but I keep thinking about that.
Goodness gracious.
That's really depressing.
That's so bleak. That's like the bleakest way.
But see, and that's why I don't like
And
zombie
this is-
stories, because they are inherently bleak.
And this is the least bleak of them, in my opinion, other than like Shaun of the Dead.
But see,
Right.
and that's my problem is that because I know it's a zombie story, it makes it hard for me to enjoy the comedy because it's like,
because you're like,
this-
oh, you guys are going to die.
yeah, like I'm not saying I want bleak zombie stories, but it makes more sense.
That's
Interesting.
fair.
Also, like the Bill Murray stuff just felt really long and kind of aimless, and I don't. It felt like a cameo for the sake of a cameo, but that wasn't doing anything for the movie itself.
It was amazing.
I mean, I
How
feel like
could
for the
you
movie-
ever hate on it?
But yeah, I feel like as the movie is a comedy, adding Bill Murray definitely does something for the movie as it adds
Because
to the
it
comedy.
makes, yeah.
It's just a preference thing on like whether you think that scene is funny or not.
Also, it's one of those first cameos where it's like, is he playing? Oh, he's playing himself. That's great. And it's like an actual character of himself.
Yeah.
Like Anna Faris in Keanu and Keanu Reeves in...
And always be my maybe.
Yeah. Like,
That
it
was
was just like, this is great. And I'm so glad this is happening.
Yeah, I think, man, Colin just made me so sad. The story itself is like, I wasn't too worried about
Any of the
like where this
characters.
is gonna go until the second one was announced, and now I'm just thinking like, what have they been doing for 10 years in a zombie apocalypse? That like,
And how did they survive? Like,
right.
I want to know.
It's like there's been no cure. They've just been wandering around. In the beginning of the trailer, they don't have anybody else with them, so these are the first people they've met. Like, what's the story? What are we doing? But I'm curious about that. But as far as the first one goes, yeah, you know, the story is a zombie story. A survivor finds another survivor and another survivor, and then they just band together.
and then
it's pretty general.
friendship/family.
Yeah, I like the jokes themselves and the actors more than like the story, because you know, it's a pretty general zombie story.
Yep.
Just funny.
I like the promos for Zombieland too.
We'll get to that later.
Oh yeah, we will. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
A little bit. But it's good to know that, you know, you're thinking, you're awake, you're not a zombie.
Awake is being generous.
Generous is our word of the day, folks. Speaking of characters, Gabby,
C.
What do you think of the characters? Do you like them?
Yeah, they were fun. I really liked, obviously, the women because they were such a con artist, and I dug that. It was just really nice to watch them take advantage of people and ruin their lives.
We got two different people, Gabby.
But they worked together as a group.
Yes.
So that's why I liked the two of them. And they caused Tallahassee and Columbus.
Columbus, yes.
Yeah, a lot of like grief, and I really liked it.
Goodness
I really
gracious.
liked it.
Colin, you got anything bleak to say about the characters? Besides, they're all gonna die one day.
Nah, I mean, I was thinking about it, and I think I just don't like Jesse Eisenberg.
Interesting.
Fair.
Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I don't like Social Network. I didn't like him in Batman v Superman. Didn't like him in this. I think I just don't like him. And, that's fine. I don't know, like...
Interesting. I feel like there are also reasons, like, you don't like Aaron Sorkin.
This is true.
Jesse Eisenberg was,
And a lot of errands.
without a doubt, the worst part of Batman v Superman. But I don't think
Oh,
that's
he
his
was.
fault.
I don't
think
know
was
that
the
I would
direction.
say that. I would say the whole movie was just long and not very interesting. And I feel like that's the worst part of it was the entire experience. For how long it was and how not interested I was. I don't
Jesse
think it was his
Eisenberg
fault.
was one of the people that was singled out for the shittiness of
Honestly, like,
Batman
yeah,
and
once you...
Superman, though.
I think the low point of that movie is when he pushed that red Jolly Rancher into that man's mouth. So, but that's my
Ooh.
personal
Let's move on.
worst part of that movie.
Let's move on.
You should check out Adventureland. Adventureland is great.
I don't
Okay.
know, man.
I don't know, you might not... If you don't like the man, you might not like the movie.
That's the thing,
But,
yeah.
But that's the point. If he doesn't like Adventureland, then I'm like, yeah, you don't like him.
But I can just like say I don't like him and move on with my life. I don't feel any need to prove it. Like,
It's true.
never gonna meet him and be like, he'll be like, hey, have you seen Adventureland? Watch that first. And I'll be like, oh, you're right, Jesse. You got me. Like,
You got me, Jesse. Is there anyone in
Anyway.
the movie that you don't dislike?
I like the women, not because they're conning people. That's weird,
That
Gabby.
is the best
But like,
part.
because they're less annoying. Like Columbus and Tallahassee just get on my nerves.
I like Tallahassee, but I think I really have a soft spot for Woody Harrelson. I love Woody Harrelson.
I like him. He's dope.
Yeah.
Tallahassee is definitely meant to be kind of like grating. Like, I don't think you're supposed to see this person and be like, oh, yeah, I can hang out with that guy. Because he's a dick and he's volatile. And,
But he's volatile because he lost his baby in the zombie apocalypse.
I mean, yeah, if we're just like giving the reasons why all the volatile characters are volatile, I'm going to be here all day. But like, I don't know. I'm not too annoyed with Columbus. He's just kind of scared of everything. Just like, I get that. You're in the apocalypse.
Yeah.
And you want to survive. And you're Jesse Eisenberg.
I'm just surprised that he had survived that long. But it's because
He
of
has
his
all those
tight set of rules,
Exactly.
man.
He's smart.
Yep.
Double tap, check the bathrooms. Don't mess with clowns.
Yep.
Um,
Do cardio.
That's important. Even in regular life, just do cardio. I also like the women. I am bothered by the fact that they're con artists.
Sure.
I think, honestly, that's not my favorite way to be introduced to a character. It's like,
Also,
oh,
like-
you're a dick.
This is what you want to do in the apocalypse? Like society is ending and you want to scam people? That's how you want to spend your time. All
Like,
right.
it's all they know.
At this point, I feel like
I
it's a
love it.
survival, what is it? Like
Strategy.
survival instinct.
Yeah.
But they show flashbacks of them doing it
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
and
Which
it's like,
was,
oh, they're just dicks.
That's
Yeah.
why, well, I don't think it's dicks. I think it's showing that that's all they know. So that's what they're going to do.
Right.
Work
They-
at
I
a
feel like-
gas station or something. Like there are
Yeah,
ways
just,
to
But it
not
doesn't
have to
make
do
you
that.
there's a reason.
Doesn't make you as
people
much money,
turn
but
to
it,
doing
you know.
illegal things, and it's because they make you more money than honest things.
Right, but like doing things because you want more money doesn't make you not a dick. Hence, all the people on Wall Street
I
that were getting drugged.
fine.
So
Back to that, huh?
I'm just saying that's thought be like, oh yeah, they can make more money, so that makes it fine. It's a
I'm
weird
saying they were
justification.
trying to survive.
Yeah,
Right,
They
but
were
you can
doing what
survive
they
on
had
less
to
than what they were
do
doing. And no, they could have
to
done other
survive.
things. They just chose to do that because it was easy and it made them a lot of money. I
and
get
like
it.
maybe we'll get more
but-
like backstory of what happened before that made them resort to that, or maybe they're just dicks.
I don't think
I
so.
don't know.
I don't know.
We'll
I
never
thought-
know. But I do
I
like
like
them.
them
Like
for
once
that.
they become a group,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you guys are more likable. Like Emma Stone is always likable inherently.
Yeah.
So it helps that like once she's interacting with Columbus, we kind of get some like humanity there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody's great except Colin hates Jesse Eisenberg.
I didn't say hate.
And you hate con artists.
And Gabby loves crime.
Understandably. Like, hating con artists is not a bad position to have.
I don't hate
like
con artists
crime.
inherently. Just not, they're not my favorite characters to have in movies. Depending on how they do it, that'd be like really funny or.
I liked them, and you know why I also liked them? Because
Oh,
at
good.
first they seemed like antagonists, like they were going to be like the quote unquote villains.
Right.
and then they just become a family. So I
was nice.
dug that.
It was very cute. So, Colin, I don't know if you're the one
was-
to go to about visuals and sound.
And yet,
So I'm not going to. Gabby,
wow.
Oh goodness.
What,
you like this movie.
what a pivot.
I do.
You demon.
How do you feel about the visuals and the sounds and the...
I don't like these kinds of zombies because they freaking sprint, and I don't like that. But in terms of visuals, so I really like that whenever he, like, one of the rules came up, you would see the rule.
Yeah, the visuals I think are great.
Yeah.
Like, they do things in a way that kind of makes the movie stand out.
Yeah.
Like the seatbelt rule, it kind of like the words come together like a seatbelt.
Yeah.
Cardio is like flashing lights because he keeps saying it over and over again.
Yep. I like that. And it also drove home that this is a comedy, right?
Yeah.
This is something that is supposed to be lighthearted, even though you're watching people being like eaten alive by zombies on screen. So it helped with that too, because I don't really like scary movies, and this is really riding that line
Interesting.
really well. And the visuals help with alleviating tension.
I feel it. I definitely rock with that. Colin?
Dallas?
Thoughts on the...
I mean, the noises were good.
Okay, cool.
Which, like, they need to be. If you're going to make a zombie movie, you got to have good zombie noises.
Yeah, they can't be like doing the
you know.
Who
doing the
came up
goofy
with
laugh.
those noises too? Because it's pretty consistent across the board. So whose idea was it that
That's a good question.
what zombies?
Colin, you wrote a paper on zombies almost one time.
I did, yes.
Did you come across who came up with the zombie noise?
No, I didn't. I wasn't doing research much into, like,
The history of zombies.
the history of the movies themselves. It was more just, like, zombies as a metaphor.
That's fair.
So it didn't really get into that.
That sounds more literary.
More theoretical.
Yeah, that was how I was able to sell it. The noises are cool. The visuals, I don't know if I don't like the rules. I think what it is for me is that I don't like...
Jesse Eisenberg?
Well, yes. But I also don't like, I don't know how to say it. Like, the pithy statements that you can just pull out of the movie as quotes and just regurgitate and things like that. I don't know how to explain it, but rule sets like that where it's just like you can just go, haha, double tap, like, as a reference. I don't know. It just, that stuff bothers me.
Why?
I don't know. It
Why?
just, I don't know. It just feels weird. I don't know how to explain it.
This just in, Colin doesn't like catchphrases.
That's
like-
what it is.
What it
You don't like catchphrases.
is.
Fuck, thank you.
Interesting.
That's what it is.
Because you don't have a problem with quotes.
No, quotes are
Because
fine.
you and I speak almost entirely in references to SpongeBob.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
So it's like, is it specific kinds of just catchphrases?
I guess it's specific kinds,
Because I say the border is conflicted in every episode I can.
which is great, and I wish you would
The
keep doing
boulder
that.
is conflicted
but
is a
like,
great sentence.
What is the difference?
The difference is
Huh.
that one is annoying to Colin and the other one is not.
I think
Thank
part
you,
of it
Colin.
is. I mean, part of it is that. Part of it has to do with the fact that if you're quoting Avatar, I'm not going to complain because I do that.
There's a rich
also,
mythology
and I love that.
that comes with Avatar.
I love that series, and I have quotes from it in my head all the time. But like, I don't really care about Zombieland. But it's also like, those rules aren't. If that's your reference to the movie, what? Like, that doesn't. I don't know. It just feels weird because those rules, like, you can just quote a rule at me, but what are you actually saying? What are you actually doing?
Shooting a zombie twice.
Cool. Yeah, that
And-
doesn't
and, like,
apply.
for that
I
specific
don't know.
example.
It's just.
in the head.
I don't know how to
You
explain
got
it.
it. You got it.
No, you kill him however you kill
You
him
gotta
twice.
kill him twice, man.
Well, I think it's more just like if you think they're dead, make sure.
Yes.
However you do that.
Yeah.
Typically, if you can, shoot the
Always
zombie twice.
double tap.
Double tap. That brings back memories.
No, it doesn't.
Does
What are
it?
you talking about?
Never mind.
Moving on.
We don't talk about that here.
That's a good name. Now it's dead. Like, everybody will be in Zombieland eventually.
Haha.
Colin, do you have a favorite aspect of this
Not
film?
the four people in
Um,
that movie.
I like the bit where it's actually just a road trip and like they're all in the car together and then they go to that antique store and they start smashing stuff because why not? Like that bit I really like because that's the thing. That in general, those moments are the things I like more in stories. I don't care so much about the big set pieces or the action moments. I
I've
want the
noticed
quiet moments where characters like interact and stuff.
Mhm.
That's one of those.
And where they get to know each other.
Yeah,
I could
and it's
like
also
live
like
in movies like that. I think that's why I
Exactly.
like French movies so much.
see that's the thing is if a movie is just that though, it can get too slow. There's a balance to it.
I guess. I don't know. I really like French movies. They're literally just, let's sit with these characters for 2.5 hours. And I'm like, I'm here. I'm strapped in. Let's go.
I'm strapped out.
Gabby's got the strap.
Demi is shaking her head. Demi's here, guys. She's lurking
She's
like
always
a zombie.
here.
She's just... Oh, there she is.
Zombies don't lurk.
Oh, yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Sometimes they do. It
absolutely
depends
do.
what the plot needs. Because I've seen scenes in like movies and games where like you go into a room and the zombies are just standing in a corner.
Yeah.
And it's like, what were y'all doing? And then they see you and you're like, and they run at you.
Yeah, or you've got like this, depending on your zombies, it could be the type that don't react to sound. So then, yeah, they're just kind of skulking, and then you throw a bottle, and it's like, all right, over there, yeah.
Then you got the zombies who just like, you're chilling in the apartment and they just go into the room and sit in the dark doing something quiet that we don't know what they're doing. Colin?
I'm not a zombie.
That's fair. What were we talking about? Oh, your favorite
A
part?
favorite,
Yes.
yeah.
Cool. You like the slow part.
Yeah.
Gabby, you like French things. What do you like in this movie?
I don't think there's anything French in this movie.
Yeah.
I liked
Maybe.
the what's his name?
Bill
Murray.
Columbus.
Bill Murray.
I like the Bill Murray cameo because it's completely unexpected and delightful.
That's
And
cool.
then it's just a bummer the way that one ends, though. But it's pretty
That was
great.
so annoying.
But it was great.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't know what my favorite part of this movie or favorite aspect of it is. I just, honestly, maybe just like the writing in general. Because it's a movie that I like very much, but I don't know if I like point to any one thing about like, this is why I like the movie. It's like the general writing and tone and comedy. But they wrote Deadpool, so it makes sense.
I remember like hearing the concept of that movie and thinking, oh, is this like Shaun of the Dead? And it's completely different from Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
But still very much a comedy in a zombie setting, which I liked because I didn't think that they could emulate something like Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, Edgar Wright stands alone.
Yeah. So, but they did, and they did a great job, and they're completely different, and I dig it.
All right, looking to the future. Gabby, you were talking about something about the next one earlier. Do you remember? The look on your face says no. What?
You were talking about how you like the promos for the second movie.
Yes.
Oh, I do. Okay, this is why I like the promos because all of the actors are either Academy Award winners or Academy Award nominees,
Oh,
and
I love
that's
that.
how they're advertising
That
them.
was hilarious to me.
And I love it so much because I mean, and the thing was, they mostly were
Winners.
nominated.
Was it just Emma Stone who won?
Yeah, Emma Stone's the only one that's won. But at that point in time, Emma hadn't. When the first movie came out, Woody Harrelson had been nominated for an Oscar, and so had Abigail Breslin.
Right.
And I think Jesse Eisenberg was about to like the next year for The Social Network, and Emma Stone hadn't been nominated yet.
That's
so
really
like
funny.
half of them had already been nominated for Oscars at the time, which I thought was amazing, and I love it when they do that kind of stuff because even though this is supposed to be like a fluffy, silly comedy, you still have very talented actors with large ranges that are a part of it, and I like seeing that.
I really like that marketing, and it kind of makes me like, it's one of those things that makes me wish not everything was so like readily accessible as soon as it's out. Because like if I would have been at a movie theater and just saw like Academy Award winning Academy Award nominee and the way they're like doing it with all this gravitas, there's no way I would be thinking this is Zombieland 2. Aside from knowing exactly who the actors are.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, what is this? And then you just see them in a field and there's a zombie and like the hip hop music starts and I'm like, the subversion is amazing.
Yeah.
But when I started to see that, I already clicked on Zombieland 2 trailer. So it was like,
so it
I knew what I was getting.
Ruined it.
But that would have been really cool to see for the first time.
Exactly.
But what are you expecting from Zombieland 2?
I'm expecting the same hijinks from the first one.
Same.
And apparently we're going to see doppelgangers. So I can't wait to see Emma Stone's doppelganger. And this movie has Avian Jogia?
I don't know what you're saying. Demi does.
Avin Jogia.
There
Thank
it is.
you, Avin Jogia.
And his ex-girlfriend, Zoe Deutsch.
Is he Berkeley?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also, that is the most fitting name ever for somebody that looks like that. It reminds me of in Hotel Transylvania, Andy Samberg's character is from Santa Cruz,
Right.
and he looks like a white boy from Santa Cruz and dresses like I saw him, I was like, oh, boy's from Santa Cruz. And then he is.
Oh, boy.
Like, it's the same thing. Berkeley is clearly from Berkeley. Like,
Yeah, that's going to be
very
fun.
fitting.
I am expecting pretty much more of what we got. Just like,
And
why
like,
not?
My whole thing was like, well, when they made this movie, this was back when they didn't automatically make a sequel if something was successful, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I was thinking of all the movies, like that one, like, yeah, sure, make a sequel because I feel like we're going to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
But like the fact that it took 10 years was like, is also interesting to me.
That's wild.
Because if Zombieland had been made like now and it had been as successful as it was and as popular and critically acclaimed, et cetera, then of course it would have had a sequel.
Right.
But it really did take this long for them to realize it'd be a good idea.
To be fair, they tried to make a TV series sequel years ago after the movie was made. So they did try to make a sequel, but they recast everybody for a TV series and it did not work out.
And nobody wanted to watch that.
Oh. Did it air? No.
I believe that the pilot came out, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I think it was
hear about it.
I think it was an Amazon show too, back when like Amazon was first starting to do streaming.
Colin,
Dallas.
what are you expecting from Zombieland 2, even though you're probably not going to watch it?
I don't know. Like I don't remember that trailer.
I don't
Probably more zombies, probably more rules, probably more silly stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean in the first movie he had like what 20 something roles and now he has 73.
I mean, yeah, it's been 10 years. You're going to have more rules.
Yep.
That's how you survive.
Yep.
Or, just rob people. Whatever comes first.
Look, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, Dallas.
Sometimes you got to rob. It's a
I
zombie
think the
apocalypse.
question is, do you gotta?
Yes, it's a zombie apocalypse.
Okay, but I just say you don't have to. Well,
I need to do like a few things before I go home too. So
we're still recording. Oh, we're still recording, my dude.
Yeah, we just walked out of the podcast. I've been talking about her personal life. Goodness gracious.
I've gone 24 hours without sleep at this point.
Anyway, we should finish.
Gabby's talking. I'll just hear. All right. Well, that's been fun. Go off my whole groove. Colin, tell them where to find us and stuff.
Dallas, that's your job.
Fine.
That is your job.
Okay. As always, thank you and big shout out to Crown Digital for putting us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Thank you to Demi for editing literally everything and putting us on YouTube. Thank you, Colin and Gabby. Gabby for fighting through your zombified state.
Death is imminent.
Oh, God. You sound like Colin. And Colin for talking about a movie you don't like and bringing all the bleakness in the world to it.
Hey.
You can find us on Creative Differences. Nope. You can find us on Twitter at Creative. Nope. You can find us on Twitter at y'all_different. And you can find us on Tumblr at Creative Differences Podcast. You can find us on Facebook if you just search for Creative Differences and look for our pretty little logo designed by Demi because she's amazing. You can find me personally at a king named Simba. Colin, take the mic, please.
You can find me on Twitter at Duck McGuck.
Gabby.
You can find me, Gabby, on Instagram at Stegosoria. Soria spelled Soria.
It's been different, y'all. We're going to get Gabby out of here so she can sleep. Psych.
Bye.
Bye.